VW Lifers? Today we're talking all about bus safety.
That's right. Make sure you join us today because, well, driving these old things, there's a lot of challenges and we want to try to make ourselves as safe and as visible as possible. So stick with us today and we're going to show you a few little tricks that we've done to kind of help us make a little more visible on VW Live.
Boom, always a fun intro when you get to drive your bus.
Oh, without a
Hey,
doubt.
that's my bus. Get over there. Get over there. That's his.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, hi, I got to stick in front of Ziggy.
All right, so welcome VW Lifers. Today we're talking all about bus safety. When we're talking safety, we're thinking things that help you not wreck your bus or get your bus wrecked.
That's a good thing.
That's how I like to start.
Yeah.
Obviously there's other areas of safety that we can talk about, like being prepared for, you know, flat tire, a breakdown, just your physical safety, those things. But today we're mainly focusing on traffic safety and the kind of situation that you're in to keep your Volkswagen safe. So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about our headlights. So Pops, what are we cooking with here?
Well, very first thing is, since we've updated both all of our buses to 12 volt, so Jake's running some basic halogen 6024 halogen lights. Get a little bit more brighter than just a standard 6014 incandescent bulb. A lot of people are moving to some of the LED, easy for me to say. Let me show you what I've got on Jerry. I'm running some Hella H4s, okay? And so these are European. They're not DOT approved, but I haven't got busted yet, and I've been running for 30 years. So anyway, these have a halogen bulb that's replaceable. They're not a sealed beam like Jake's on Ziggy. So they're much brighter. I don't know why you haven't upgraded.
I'm a cheap guy.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess I know. Guess what Jake's getting for Christmas? But I really like these. I'm running, I think, 6100s, 60 watt on the low beam, 100 watt on the high beam. And it gives you a really good cut. These are Hellas for off-road use only. Don't let that scare you or anything like that. But obviously, being able to see, project at night where you are.
Be seen.
And to be seen, yeah. So
We always, every time we're driving our Volkswagens, it's lights on for safety. You see that on the back of some old trucks, old 18-wheelers. They have lights on for safety. We're the same way. You always have our lights on, both for front and rear visibility, just to be seen. It's like, I ride bikes, and when you're riding a bike, you always want to have your light on, just to help, just to be seen.
Yeah, along that same line, I mean, you know, modern cars have DRLs, daytime running lights. So it does make you more visible. So it's a habit you need to get into, but it's also a habit too that when you're parked that you turn off your lights too.
When I was 16, I drove Boomer to cross country practice. I left my lights on in the morning. My old middle school track coach saw me and he came over and he turned them off and he gave me a bunch of crap for it next time I saw him. Coach Mack.
He just reached in and turned them off.
He went on, I turned off your headlights. I'm like, thanks, sir.
Thanks,
Coach.
Yeah, most cars, I mean, well, we don't. Yeah, that's another story
All right,
altogether.
speaking of lights, let's head over to the back.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to the
We're on
back.
Ziggy's.
All right.
I'm blowing my coil up for you.
So, Jake, tell us a little story about Ziggy here, buddy.
All right, once upon a time, Ziggy got rear-ended. We were coming back from Big Bend on our Big Bend bus bash trip, and I was driving. I was on the tail end, caboose, if you will, and we're driving. I'm riding with Davey and Colton. We're all in there.
Where were we? We were
on I-10 coming
just
back.
Straight out of interstate.
So it's straight interstate road. We got 6 Volkswagen buses in a row. And I see this guy coming up from behind. Oh, he doesn't see us. And boom, sure enough, he hits us. He's probably going 80. He tried swerving the last second. He clipped the rear and pushed everything in. And it's kind of a disaster. So since then,
well, let's
pause.
No.
Oh, I did have my lights on for safety.
You did have your lights on, but at that time you just had these.
Yeah, at the time it was just this.
And
LED tail lights.
The good news is you weren't hurt or anything with that.
Neck.
Oh, yeah, after the fact.
No, yeah, we were fine. Good news, we were okay. The bus was able to drive home under its own power too. So
Right.
always good.
We had to do some
So,
wiggling.
After that, Ziggy got a paint job and decided to upgrade my safety too. So I got these LED lights that I wired in They're connected to my rack. And then come on over here. By the way, camera girl today, the fabulous Megan, my fiance.
Yay, Megan!
She's doing great. So I wired these in right through here, right down in here, and then this wire follows down, and then all I had to do was drill one hole. And in my Westie, it's underneath the cabinet, so it's not even visible. And I put a grommet in there, sealed up, and that just connects directly to my tail lights. So whenever my tail lights are on, those are on. They don't flash, they don't do anything else like that. If my tail lights are on, those are on. They're not turn signals or anything, they're just running lights.
Yep.
And they are always on.
Straight up running lights. The reason that we went with amber instead of red, I think red we were concerned about from a brake light standpoint. Somebody's looking at red and they don't flash red. We could have went red, but I think amber, it's, you know, just kind of like a caution basic thing there. So Jake did a fabulous job. If you'll look right here, look, he took a piece of, you can barely see the wiring here, how he ran it through. Here's his ground here off the rack, so easy. And then he used a piece of fuel line here, or actually brake line, 1/8 inch ID brake line to run his wire in. And then look how he's curved it right even with the lip here. It's got a little spot here so it doesn't rub on that with that little piece of fuel hose there. Very, very clean installation. Also, you can see up here he ran the wiring with this with another little bit bigger tube there of copper tubing, just to keep everything a little cleaner and it'll last a little bit longer. So that's one thing. I want to go back for a second, Jake. You mentioned earlier we do run these LED brake lights and tail lights that you simply, there's a pack.
Let me hit the bricks.
That go in. Yes. So there's several companies that are making these, but you're gonna have to turn the ignition key on, buddy. And so when he hits the brakes, you can see the LEDs. There's your running lights and then your brake lights. Way different. Hit them one more time. Yeah, look at that. That really lights up. What a big difference that makes for sure.
Sir, you have a leaf inside your jalousie? Anyway,
I'm
let's
growing
talk more
trees in
safety.
Jerry.
Let's leave that alone
Oh,
and get back to safety.
Mr. Pun. Setup, Jake was my inspiration. With his setup, he found, I don't know where those lights you came from. You got them at an estate sale.
This would be a Carl sale.
A Carl
Or a
sale.
good buddy over at Carl.
Carl at Estates Services of Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got those at the Carl sale.
Made in Japan, nothing but the best.
Yeah, they are. They're really cool. Who knows what they're off of? So Jake was my inspiration. I ended up getting some 67 Beetle reverse lights, and but I learned some interesting things. There are different versions of these. So I used these and put LEDs in there, amber LEDs, because the lens itself, of course, is clear. But I put an amber LED. And the funny story here is I was just kept trying different not wattages, lumens of LED lights. So at first I said, well, you know, let's try 800. I said, okay, well, that's pretty good. And then I put like 1200 lumens, and I'm driving to school one day, and I get lit up by the local police department, sheriff's department. He pulled me over. He goes, hey, man, I just want to say, what's with your new lights? He goes, I see you every morning, and you got this new addition on the back of your bus. This is for sure, it's a real story. He goes, those are really bright, and I just don't want you to like call somebody to wreck because they're too bright. So don't go 1200 lumens. They're too bright. I mean, I thought they were awesome, but the local sheriff didn't think they were that awesome.
Yeah. And here's the deal. Technically, you're not supposed to have amber facing the back ways.
Yeah.
We learned this
Yeah.
in the process. It's a safety thing. Will we get in trouble legally? I mean, technically you could, but I'd rather be seen and deal with the legal repercussions than to get rear-ended because someone thinks they're brake lights if they were red.
Yeah, amber's supposed to be on the
front
so
sides.
you can hook them up.
Front sides.
But if they were hooked up, since they're single pole, you couldn't do a tail light / running light, a brake light. That's why we didn't go red.
Yeah.
So amber, I'm very happy with the amber as well. Jerry has the same LED turn signal brake lights here. This is one thing that we haven't mentioned, and that is this is reflective. It's a magnetic strip. There's a guy on the Samba that's offering these. We used to make these, and we don't make them anymore. It's just kind of a long process. Very shiny. Then I'm gonna show you something else real quick. Well, I'm gonna hit the brake.
Good.
Little- So that's just a little thing that, I don't know, it kind of stands out. Tells you STOPing, right? And I put it on this side because usually I'm gonna be in the right-hand lane. So the slow lane, so that way it's gonna stand out a little bit more. And then I've just added these little reflectors just for fun. They're on the back of my single wheel trailer hitch connectors. And
Is this for safety?
well, yeah, it actually is for safety because that's, you know what that is?
This your soap?
That's my soap. So it's my personal safety. It's like when I'm washing my
Hygiene.
hands when I'm camping. Hygiene. Is that
Hygiene, safety.
hygiene is safety, right? Yeah. So that's my soap dish.
All right. Breaker 19. Let's go talk about another thing we do for
All right,
safety.
let's go.
So another thing we like to do for safety is CB radios. When we're traveling in groups of 2 or more, having CBs is a great way to communicate with those around you. It allows me to know what the person in the front's seeing, or if I'm in the back, I can call someone's coming around, whatever it may be. But having a good CB that you can hear and talk into is a great tool to have. Along the lines of a CB, you want to be able to communicate effectively with other drivers. Turn signals. That sounds so simple. But make sure your turn signals work. If you got to turn, you don't want to get rear-ended. And just being able to share with the people around you what the game plan is.
Yeah, I think when you're traveling in groups, I think the CBs are obviously one of the best things we have because we can notify, hey, we got 6 cars stacked behind us. So we'll all it's probably pretty cool in unison. All of a sudden 6 or 8 buses just scooch over to the right.
Or debris on the track.
Yeah, or there's there's debris on the track. Whatever it might be, we can notify, or it's just from a safety standpoint. We got an idiot coming up around us here on the top of a hill, so be aware. Because I mean, if we're running 6 or 8 buses, that's a pretty good stretch, and then people get frustrated and they're all in a hurry and all that kind of stuff. So that's another. I think the CB is one of the kind of lesser known of the safety things that are important. Don't you agree?
Sir, you're on the wrong side.
Hey, I'd like to give a shout out to my boys in Kearney, Nebraska at Precision Imports.
I'd like to give a shout
They
out
sent me a shirt.
to my boys, the VW Harvest Crew. What week in October?
Third week in October. Cruise to Top Notch is Saturday, October 21st. And then the big show is Sunday, October 22nd. Williamson County Regional Park, same place as always, same bat time, same bat channel. Third weekend of October. We are looking forward to
Seeing you there.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
But we're not done talking about safety. That's just
Okay.
a shameless plug.
Oh, shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Willie,
safety. What else is there?
waiting on you, Willie.
So, one thing you always got to do, Willie is a sight hound. So, taking it from Willie, you got to be vigilant. You're vigilant?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you got to be able to know your surroundings.
Yeah.
See what's out there. Be aware, if there's a guy hauling butt behind you, you might have to scooch on over. And if you do break down, which all Volkswagens break down.
What?
Don't
What are you talking about?
Don't tell 'em.
When is that?
It's
when is
better-
the last time that happened?
It is better, whether it's a flat tire or whatever it might be, it is better to get off the highway into a parking lot than it is to pull over on the side of the freeway. Now, sometimes you lose all power and that's where you're at. You want to get in the dirt. You don't want to be in the shoulder. It's worth your life. Or, as my dad always said, even in a modern car, like my Jetta. Yeah, that's right. My modern car's a Jetta.
Oh yeah.
2010.
Nice.
It's TD Lie. Oh man, it's great for mileage. Anyway, but if that were to get a flat tire, it's better for me to ruin that rim to get off of the interstate than it is to pull over and try to change on the side of the road. That's just worth your life. It's what, $200 rim maybe?
Well, yeah, it's without question. I think it's just a general safety thing. Just get off the side of the shoulder of the road,
And
that's the most. I think that's the most important thing because I mean, especially with these things, we're going to break down. We're going to have issues, whatever it may be. And if you can get down, turn on a side street, parking lot, whatever it may be, it's way better than doing a repair right on the side of the highway.
Absolutely.
I mean, even that's the beautiful thing about the buses. I mean, even like you're on the highway and there's not a side road. I mean, we're out there on the interstate or whatever, when we're headed to Big Bend or New Mexico or something, we can get off and go through a ditch and get up into a level spot way off the side of the highway kind of thing.
If you're around this game long enough, you're gonna know people who get hit. And so what you gotta do is do what you can to be safe, to minimize those chances happening to you, and then being prepared to know what to do when that does happen.
Yeah, I think you're right, AJ. I think that the most important thing for us, as always, Jake, is like, you want to, I mean, things are going to break down. We know that. But be prepared. Have a good spare tire. Have your spares, accelerator cable, clutch cable, whatever spares and tools you have, because you can deal with that, off the side of the highway, in a parking lot, whatever it may be. But when we're driving, we're going to stay in the right lane if it's a 4 lane, so we can do that. Or if they got a nice shoulder, we're going to be courteous to the people behind us. We're going to scooch over, let them zoom on by, drive friendly, that kind of thing. That's very important.
Peace
but
signs.
Making yourself as visible as you can be is so important. And that's where we're going with our lights, with our reflectors, and with the LEDs, brake lights and tail lights, and then our our halogen headlamps. And the LED headlamps like Jason's running in his bus. But that's what you want to just be as vigilant as you can. If you're in a group, it's much better because we can use the CB and visit each other that way and just let people notify. It's just that thing right there. You just have to be, you can't drive these things like you're driving a Toyota down the highway, because it's just a different experience. You're just not as visible. You're not going as fast. You can't stop as fast. You can't speed up as fast. You can't change lanes as fast. It's everything. So you've always remember in the old days, they don't teach you all that anymore. In driver's ed, drive defensively. Well, I mean, it's beyond defensively when you're driving an old Volkswagen. And all that we're talking about today doesn't just apply to buses. I mean, you can get some really sweet LED brake lights and tail lights for your Beetle,
Ghia.
or Ghia. You can upgrade your headlights from a safety standpoint too. That's always a good thing too.
First of all, before we get to the old man's typical ender, if you know what I'm saying, one thing I would like for y'all to do is comment. What did we miss? What do you do for your safety? Especially our international friends, like, I don't know, y'all weirdos who drive on the other side of the road. What do y'all do? Or our friends down in South America, what do y'all do for y'all safety? What y'all think of when you think of safety while driving a Volkswagen or a Volkswagen? So let us know what you think about. I want to read your comments, and I think we might send something to somebody.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Tommy told us we need to do more giveaways. So Tommy, we'll make you happy. We'll give a giveaway to somebody who leaves a very useful tip about safety that we definitely missed out.
Just the key is try to just be as safe as you can, and we want you guys to be here so you can watch the next VW Life episode.
Absolutely.
Real quick, make sure you check us out at All Metric Garage, because we got lots of cool swag over there.
Swag.
New harvest stuff will be popping up. The Junebug shirt is amazing. The Bearded Wonder came up with the logo of the century on that one. It's really cool. So get yourself a Junebug shirt. That's pretty cool. We got stickers, hats. It will get cooler here eventually, so hoodies are going to be out there, and beanies maybe, sweatshirts, long sleeves.
Long sleeve tees. That's your favorite thing.
I love long sleeve tees. That's me. So make sure you check us out at All Metric Garage. And AJ, anything else in closing you got for safety today, bus safety?
Thanks for filming.
Yay, Megan! Hey everybody, make sure that you tell your aunts, tell your uncles, tell everybody you know about VW Life. This is what it's all about. We want you guys to join us every week and be safe as you can. So until next time,
Be safe.